In this video, you will find out how much money my P2P lending portfolio made last month and which platform I exited. If you want to know more about a new platform that I'm testing, watch until the end of this video. Remember that this video is no investment advice. The goal is to show you my skin in the game and give you an idea of the performance of an actual P2P lending portfolio. In this table, you can see the outstanding portfolio amount at the end of May. In the right column, you can see how the portfolio amount has changed compared to the previous month. The portfolio on Peerberry continues to perform well. The platform repays war-affected loans every month and puts effort into protecting investors' funds from various markets. I've withdrawn some of the repaid principal on Estate Guru, which lowered the amount of invested funds on the platform. The default rate is not increasing as much anymore, but we might need to wait until the end of the year to see some first recoveries in Germany. Robocash is the least exciting platform in the portfolio, as not much is happening due to the cash drag that the platform has been experiencing in the past few months. In May, I sold most of my portfolio on Reinvest24 as the platform and its shareholder still did not introduce a solution for the delayed loans in Moldova. The platform's shareholder Kirsan owns 18% of the shares and is simultaneously a borrower with a 6 million exposure in development loans in Moldova. Kirsan is refusing to repay investors, which is an ongoing problem. Reinvest24 is publishing regular updates that the situation has not changed. It's challenging for investors to evaluate the impact of the dispute between the shareholders, since both parties have not introduced a clear path to fulfill the obligation to investors and Reinvest24 is not even highlighting the defaulted loans in its statistics. I decided to exit my testing portfolio as I'm no longer willing to take on this type of risk caused by the lack of transparency from the involved parties. Currently, I am left with just one loan from Moldova, and due to the low amount of invested funds, Reinvest24 will no longer appear in my monthly portfolio updates. Esketit continues to perform as expected. The only downside is that the availability of loans is noticeably lower, which means that I have to also invest manually, either on the primary or on the secondary market if I want to avoid cash drag. On Bonster, the situation has not changed. My loans from RapidCredit have not been repaid in May. According to the Bonster's announcement, the loan originator from Colombia promised to repay the delayed loans by the end of June. We will see if the lender will honor its promises this time or continue treating investors as dumb money. My portfolio on the income marketplace has slightly increased as I deployed my uninvested funds. The portfolio of loans in which I invested is performing as expected. This is also valid for FinTown, which pays out interest from investments in rental properties every month. As you can see, I also added my portfolio from Crowdpeer to the portfolio overview. I've been investing on the platform since it started earlier this year. While the launch was a bit slow, the loan availability has been increasing in the past few weeks, making it easier to diversify a larger amount of funds. Most of the loans on Crowdpeer pay out interest every quarter. In May, I got the first interest payment, which was a good reason to add the platform to the portfolio to track the performance of the listed loans. If you want to learn more about Crowdpeer, you can read our review on P2P Empire. If you decide to invest, use our link for a 0.5% cashback bonus. At the end of May, the outstanding portfolio amount was at 81,982 euros, which is 0.21% lower than in April. This portfolio generated 696 euros in interest, 12% less than in the previous month. In this chart, you can see the portfolio distribution of the portfolio. Most of it is diversified into three platforms: Peerberry, Esketit, and Robocash. Here you can see the interest payout from all platforms last month. The default rate has slightly decreased compared to April. You can also see a decrease in funds in recovery. Peerberry continues the repayment of war-affected loans. The funds in war-affected loans dropped by 11.3% compared to last month. This amount is not earning any interest, which is also why the internal rate of return on our portfolio page is lower for Peerberry. Most of my portfolio is current. I hope that this part will grow over the next few months. There has not been any change in terms of loan types. Most of my loans are short-term loans, followed by commercial and installment loans. In this chart, you can see the distribution of the portfolio across various countries. As you can see, the distribution is unequal in all countries, mainly due to the low availability of loans in various markets or my exclusions from markets where I'm not ready to invest. Most of the loans in my portfolio remain unsecured but backed by a buyback guarantee, which may or may not be honored. Some of the loans are backed by a mortgage. To summarize this portfolio update, the average investment per loan in May was 91 euro and the weighted average interest rate increased to 11.25%. The portfolio is split across 895 loans in 16 countries. So that's been my portfolio update. If you have found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe subscribe to not miss out on future updates. If you have made any changes to your portfolio, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.